What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Paste Studio here in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. We are really, really happy to be joined today by Max Gomez. Max, thank you so much for coming, man.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, it's our pleasure. Max here has a new EP out. It's called Me and Joe. Came out September 22nd. He's going to play some songs for us from that record, maybe some other songs. It's a mystery.
We're not sure what we're going to do.
That's right. Who even knows where we'll be 20 minutes from now?
Exactly.
It's a journey.
We're here in Manhattan. Anything can happen.
That's right. Anything can happen. We're on the 5th floor of a building that is situated somewhere in Manhattan. So anyway, tell me a little about the first song you're going to do. Is this one from the record?
Yeah. I'm all tuned up to play a song off the record. It's almost the title track. It's half the title track. It's called Joe. It's a song written by my good friend Jed Zimmerman. Well, you can call me Joe. It's the lonesome sound of shame, tattooed long ago are the letters of my name. And I have done my time. You know I work the oil rigs, and all these scars are mine. Ain't no way to keep on hid. Well, if cocaine was coffee, and if pain turned into cash, then I'd be rich and respectable. I wouldn't run from the past. Ocean floor are the dollars made of sand. I hitchhike to the shore and go diving when I can. And the treasures I might find, well, they're all lost and found. I can't think of a friend of mine who would let me hang around. Well, if cocaine was coffee, and if pain turned into cash, then I'd be rich and respectable. I wouldn't run from the past. I'd be rich and respectable. I wouldn't run from the past. Yeah, I'd be rich and respectable, and I wouldn't run from the past.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So tell me about that song. It is, as you said, half the title of the record. This is a character who is struggling and looking for redemption. Who is this guy to you? Why is this your title character?
Well, in the studio when we were making the record, it seemed like anything could happen in retrospect, because we had a plan to do something that that we kind of transformed into something completely different. And that song actually was not on the list of songs we set out to record, and it happened really quickly. We recorded in an old-fashioned way, mostly live, if not completely live. And that song we recorded completely live, and it took us about 10 minutes to make that record. And the song is written by my friend Jed Zimmerman, and I can't put myself in his shoes exactly, but to me, the song sort of represents that sort of dark side that we all have. I mean, the character is trying to do good and he means well, but in the end, I mean, he compares pain to cash, and all that sort of stuff. And he's the devil on the left shoulder. That's Joe. And when the song landed on the record that way and wound up in the title and was recorded the way it was recorded, now I'm stuck with it.
So does that make you the angel on the other shoulder?
I think we've all got that same dilemma of the fella on the left and the gal on the right, or whatever you want to call it. And I think everybody has somewhat of a little Joe on their shoulder, and that story and that song sort of lends a little truth to the light.
Yeah, cool. So you're going to do a few more from this new EP. Tell me a little bit about the next one you're going to do.
Yeah, I'm going to do, let's see. I got a harmonica here.
I was wondering what that thing was.
Don't be fooled. I'm no professional whatsoever at the harmonica. My kazoo's in the shop. So I'm just going to try this one.
Do they make like neck-wearing kazoo holders? Does that exist?
Yeah, I think so. I've seen it worn by some British singers before. I think it's pretty much the same contraption.
Yeah, right. You just stick the kazoo.
Just with a plastic kazoo in place of the harmonica. This is a song that I wrote with a friend of mine in Memphis, Tennessee. He's a great singer-songwriter. Look him up if you don't know him. His name is Keith Sykes. We got together and wrote this song one night, and I've been singing it ever since. We got it on the record on Me and Joe. It's sort of the other half of the title. This song's called Make It Me. I wish you wouldn't cry. I wish you wouldn't go. I wish we'd stay together through the rain and the wind and the snow. Real snow, not the movie kind. The snow that falls and it keeps you on my mind. Miles and miles may come between us, and many faces you will see. But if you love somebody, baby, if you love somebody, baby, make it me. Well, you remember the time when we very first met? Well, it burned so bright on my mind that I can't forget. And I'll never believe you didn't think it too. And that whole time you loved me, when I loved you. Miles and miles may come between us, and many faces you will see. But if you love somebody, baby, if you love somebody, baby, make it me. When you hear a song on the radio and it stays on your mind every little place you go, do you think about us and how it might feel to take another ride around on the spinning wheel? Miles and miles may come between us, and many faces you will see. But if you love somebody, baby, if you love somebody, baby, make it me. If you love somebody, baby, make it me. If you love somebody, baby, make it me. Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
The crowd goes wild. So tell me about this record. So I know your first record was called Rule the World, came out in 2013.
Yeah.
And it was a great record and people loved it. And I'm always curious about, you know, that the age-old kind of music tale where you have kind of your whole life to make your first album, in a sense.
Right.
And then you got to make another one. And here you are in 2017 with this new thing. Are these songs that have been building gradually, basically since you put out your first record, or, you know, how did this kind of evolve from the first one that you did 4 years ago?
Well, it's like you say. I spent probably closer to 10 years making that first album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe not 10 years, but a long time. And then, quite literally, when we were recording it, we spent 3 months recording, and at least several months sort of prepping, and I mean, it took a long time. And you know, that's when I signed I signed a record deal for the first time, and you know, that's all I'm legally allowed to tell you about that. But you know, that can take you down a road where finding your music and ways to make records is completely different than when you don't have a record contract. And so there might have been an interval between the two that's a little longer than it would have been if it weren't for some of that sort of factor in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was worth the wait, and getting back in the studio in a completely different fashion for this project, me and Joe, we actually made this record in something like 3 days.
Yeah, you were saying how the title track was made in like a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's interesting to me because, you know, you've had this interval, right, between the first record and the second record, and then the record itself gets made really fast. So, like, you know, have these songs been building up all this time, or was it like you got into the studio and you just started creating?
Well, that last song, "Make It Me," Keith and I wrote that probably sometime about 2 years ago, and we recorded the record about a year ago now, so it felt like a pretty new song at the time. Some of the other songs had been around for a while. This one I'm about to play you was sort of a song that I wasn't ever too sure of. I mean, it's just a little blues song, and I most of the songs that I write, I send them off to some of the people that I work with just to make sure that somebody else has heard it before I forget all about it. And this is one of those that sort of stuck with the folks and the companies that helped me out. And it's a little song that I made up one night, just kind of thin air, and it was an older song though. It had been floating around 2 or 3 years before we put it in the studio.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend who was just broken up over the fact that I'd never written her a song, and so the song kind of tells the rest of the story. Been a long time, mama, since you called my name. Been a long time, mama, since you called my name. Been a long time, baby, since I drove you insane. Ever since you left, it's been a lonesome day. Ever since you left, it's been a lonesome day. I've been waiting round to hear the little lies you'd say. Just be sure when you tell him that you love him too. Be sure when you tell him that you love him too. You know someday, baby, you trade him for someone new. Well, I'll be fine, baby, don't you worry about me. Oh, I'll be fine, baby, don't you worry about me. Running round this town just as free as a boy can be. So goodbye, goodbye to your sweet, cruel world. Goodbye, goodbye to your sweet, cruel world. Just an old blues song, the love of a boy and girl. Thank you. Sweet, cruel world.
That sounds like a kind of a be careful what you wish for kind of a song.
Yeah, I guess so. I tried the other route years ago. This is an older story than I'm even realizing. But I tried the other route and it didn't work out. So I went ahead with the blues song instead.
Yeah. The other route being like stylistically or like
The other route was a sweet song, like a very beautiful song, and not to go into all that, but I'd written this beautiful, gorgeous waltz in the same sort of situation, and it wasn't well received, so it's on the shelf. One of these shelves somewhere.
I'm sure it's here somewhere.
Somewhere around
Yeah.
here, yeah.
Probably on this one back here with all of our Ash Grove stuff, in with like the John Estes maybe, and
Somewhere over there. I think it's on.
there.
It might be on Half Inch or something, cassette somewhere.
I'm sure we have it somewhere here. Yeah.
I can look it up.
So yeah, I mean, you know, when you have someone who wants a song written about them, you kind of, you know, is there some kind of like a contractual obligation, you know?
It
to like,
seems like there is,
right?
in real life. If you're a songwriter, you're expected to at the very least write a couple of ditties.
Yeah.
About your.
But is there
sweetheart.
is there any sort of like presumption about what the song will express? I mean, once it comes out, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's where you got to be careful what you wish for, I guess.
That's right. Right. This person there's gonna be a new album coming out called Me and Max, full of like, you know, murder ballads.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we're gonna do one more. I don't know if this one is also from Me and Joe or no. What do you think?
No, I want to try something that I've never done before.
Nice. We always love a world premiere.
I might get in a little trouble for this, but we are at the tail end of our show.
That's right. What's the worst that could happen? Unless you're saying that there's something bad that could happen, in which case you should tell me.
I just left the Sirius XM studio where we were hanging out with Steve Earle. And Steve was talking about how he was going to record this song called Geronimo's Cadillac. I don't know if that's private news or not, but it's a song written by a friend of mine named Michael Murphy, who is a wonderful singer-songwriter, one of the more talented ones in history that I can think of. And a couple of years ago, Murphy and I had nothing to do, and we were hanging out in this little town in New Mexico in the wintertime, and we decided to write a couple of songs. So I had this song that was sort of half written, and I brought it to the table, and Murphy helped finish it. And I've never played it really much, but it's really a wonderful song. I'd like to sing it for you now. It's called Memory Mountain.
Cool.
I'm going to the top of Memory Mountain. All of my childhood dreams are gonna be there, like that shiny new guitar and that beat up rusted car. They were both gonna take me far away. That beat up car ain't turned a wheel in a long time. And the songs I play on that guitar got the wrong rhyme. But when I reach the timberline on the high side of my mind, that engine will be running like a dream. And the songs I play on that guitar will say just what I mean. When I reach the top of Memory Mountain, all of my favorite times are gonna be there, like that song that made you smile. You were happy for a while, two runaways in that old beat-up car. But the wheels of love ain't turned around in a long time. And the songs I sing for you got the wrong rhyme. But when I reach the timberline, on the high side of my mind, the wheels of love will spin and take us far. We'll be riding along together underneath a morning star. So take my hand, let's both stand on Memory Mountain. I know all of my broken dreams gonna be there. All the good times and the bad, and the foolish hearts we had, they'll fit right back together like a dream. We'll be riding to the right place at the right time, and the songs I'll write for you will have the right rhyme. And we'll reach the timberlines on the high sides of our minds, and we'll know exactly how to right the wrong. We'll be riding along together, listening to old Hank Williams songs. So don't let me go alone to Memory Mountain. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Max. These are great songs. So, tell me again. That song is just out in the ether, or is it? Where is that?
Yeah, that's why I should have not played the song, because it's not recorded. And I mean, I wrote the song with my buddy Michael Murphy, and I think we're both trying to figure out who's going to record it first, but just hasn't happened yet. And I'm happy to come share some new songs with you guys. So thanks for letting me do that one.
Yeah, it's our pleasure, man. It's a great song, and hope to hear it in some form or fashion down the line.
Someday down the road, yeah.
Yeah, right. The Murphy Gomez project, something like that.
The Cosmic
Murphy
Cowboy
Gomez
Reunion
Railroad
Show.
Yeah. So Max, new EP is called Me and Joe. Came out in September.
Yeah.
Everyone should go pick that up. They can also find it and some tour dates on maxgomezmusic.com.
That's right.
You were in New York
last night,
now, but you were also in New York last night.
Last night I performed at Rockwood Music Hall.
Yeah.
And tomorrow night I'm playing in Philadelphia at World Cafe, and then kind of meeting up on a tour with my buddy James McMurtry. And we're traveling around the Midwest, and I got some shows sort of interspersed with those. So stay in touch. Check out the website.
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah.
Congrats on the record. It is a great record.
Thanks.
And thank you for coming to Paste and playing for us in our studio.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure was ours. Come back and play again anytime, man.
Right on. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.